Back. I took 1 week sabbatical. Actually, not sabbatical because I was busy. Last week was hectic. I had interior design done, construction, and also site visits I had to go to. I was just by the time it it, it was weekend, I was drained and still had other issues to deal with. And no, now here we are. This is for entertainment purposes only, and don't, I will not be in charge of how you perceive or interpret or interrelate with whatever topic we talk about. And I hope you do the same for me. Anyway, it's been a while. Still rocking the short hair. It's growing now to be an afro. I'm loving it. The only stressful part is my hair is curly, so combing it in the morning sometimes is difficult because of sleeping. The place I press it, it curls up. It looks like it mashes up and shrinks. But anyway, such is our woolly hair, and proud of it. uh, I've never done this before, and this is going to be my first. So I'm going to review, not just review the program. I'm actually going to pinpoint what I learned from the program, the polygamists. It has been a hot topic. I wanted to talk about it last week. Then Tuesday, I worked all night. And then the next day and the next day for 3 days straight. So, yeah. So, one thing I'll say and pinpoint it from the get-go. It's about family and how it became a polygamous family, and how well it was turning them upside down and right side up, and also making them crazy to some point and to some levels. I'll say, as Africans, some of us can relate to it, or we have seen it dramatically, funnily, in the news, via funerals for high important people like the politicians or business men who hold the economy of our country. And it's entertaining for us because we are outside looking in. And then we also, even for common people, we have heard of such things happening, especially during funerals. So I applaud, they showed the part that all the family members knew about them becoming in a polygamous family before the head of the family met his demise. And that's the great fortunate, that's fortunately. But unfortunately, in common people like us, we have seen it not playing as well, because surprise family during funeral, not even arrangements, funeral day, burial day. That's when you hear mistresses and uh, children, hidden children popping up from nowhere. Just the other day, I saw a video of a gospel musician. Funny, this one was actually upside down, right side up, because the gospel musician who passed on was a lady. And during her funeral, get this, the audacious part, the husband, while the children were being introduced and given their tributes, the husband came up and said he wants to introduce his second wife that the children don't even know about, and audaciously tells them to stand up so that he can introduce his other family. And I'm like, oh my God, why didn't you do it before? Or, well, everyone was aware. So I applaud the script that was written of all the family members knowing the type of husband or the type of father they had. That aside, I say for most of us ladies, a lot of ladies, and a lot of stories you've had, most of them can put themselves in the shoes of the wife, the legal first wife, according to the storyline. But when you look at it, yes, she was the first wife on paper, but there was a first love who was hidden in the street, in the slums where he grew up. And hi, welcome, Malakai. Hi, welcome. So, have you watched Polygamist? If not, please have a watch and tell me how you relate with it. So, the first wife, because he wanted a clean um, image of being into the business world, because he went to college or university and met this lady from the university, and she had connections because her father was from a well-off family. So he married her. Let's say he did love her, and the lady was in this, I'll say, in dreamland, or in the honeymoon phase of my husband love bombs me. I've heard of him stepping out, but he still is my husband, the provider, the father of my children. And we look at it like, the from outside we can say, we can give them the stigma of saying, why does she still stay with this person who treats them bad? But for her, before she knew all these crazy women coming out of the wedlock, and the children also, and being disrespected by the mistresses, oof, I want to the audacious of mistresses is something to be studied. But anyway, so the first wife, many women, many of our mothers, we have seen them suffer through the humiliation, the beatings, and even some of us don't even know, because it has been a hidden truth. But some men also rape their own wives, in the sense of they are their wives, and they should do the wifely duties, and they should not object. Yeah, the African cultural uh, aspect of how women were treated. The husband is always right. He's the final say, the alpha omega. Sometimes they say the God in the house after God. But many women have suffered through it. Some have not accepted the suffering and decided to not put up with such, which is also good. And the main point I want to get at is the adults behave in such a way, forgetting, or they don't even care, or arrogance or ignorance. I don't know which point to put them in, that the most people who are affected are the children, because it's traumatic for them. And also, some will grow up knowing that toxic environment is the normal, and become the toxic people in the society, and the bad habit continues on. I was touched because of the daughter of now the first wife, trying even to talk to their father, and the father is busy adding volume to the TV, not even wanting to listen to the child, because she has reached that point of saying, no, enough is enough. We are hurting because of your actions. And the father decides not to listen. And I can relate to that. I have done that. I can remember. And for her, she got being ignored, and also the television addition of volume, and also just pretending that the child doesn't understand the word that adults mostly use, that children don't get it, or they're too young to to grasp it, which is a lie, because uh, as we go older, our memories are not as perfect as it is, and the children see everything and remember everything, lest we forget. And sometimes we do the wrong things and expect different outcomes. Yes, yes, I agree. There's no parenting book, even if there is. If you're a first time parent, no one prepares you for the actuality. They may tell you the theories and all that, but the actuality of being a parent, of being responsible for another human being and protecting them and raising them to be the upright people in the society, it's something that you learn on the job. It's the only job that you learn as you do it. But I I might say also the normal job, sidebar. Uh, for those who employ people and say that the employees need experience of certain years. So I ask again, where do you expect them to get experience if they don't get employed immediately after university? Simple question. I'm just going to throw it out there. Now back to polygamist. So kids, we should not look at children that they don't understand, and they don't have memory, and they don't have a grasping idea of whatever. If something is negative, children do have the empath until society destroys it later on. But before influence from the society, children do have empathy and they sympathizes. You might see, even example, if a mother is not feeling happy, or is feeling drained or feeling ill, you'll firsthand look at a toddler. They will be very tender and even ask the mother how they are, depending with their relationship, that is. So don't think they cannot feel the energy that you spill to them. Now, that one, first point about that. Then the second point is, if you have children out of your marriage, even if you're married traditionally with other women, you should, because you took the step of marrying others, equalize the love, equalize how you treat one type of children from different mothers, because you the one who decided that sleeping with their mother and the consequences that come up after sleeping with the mother might happen, and the children are there. So now I'm talking about the second wife, who was put in the back in the slums, even if she was built a mansionette in the slum area, and then hidden in the society by being told that she's the wife of the brother instead of that she was the second wife, and have a child. A child knows the identity of the father, but they are forbidden from saying that that is their father, even making uh making her hate the children because they were treated better, they lived better lives, they had better things than how she was put up, being hidden also. So if a man decides to have relations with different women and also go raw, let me put it like that, and have children with them, don't hide the children, because that also is creating another conundrum of how they are going to react be later on, and it's not going to be a pretty picture, because why hide them, and they know that you are the father, but you are the father only when you're in their house, but outside, nah. Many people have studied with, you might hear the stories that, oh yeah, like for me, when I was in high school, it was somehow normal because I live in Masai land, and that culture still lives on. Polygamy is there and very strong. Um, and most of the siblings were in the same school. They were put up in the same school. So for the girls, they were in the same school that I went to, and for the boys were different because it was only girls' schools body. And they will not, you might even see the interaction that at least the father when comes visiting, or there's a, even if there were different classes, if one particular class had a parents day meeting, the father will interact with the other children, not saying that I only came for this child only. I hope we are getting following the notion. But anyway, that one also really messed it up. Now let's come to those who seduce married men intentionally, thinking they're going to be the queen of the throne, overthrow the wives, mistreat them, and think they will have a better life than the wife had. Uh, I might remind you, how you gain them is how you lose them. We were told that with our teacher. We never understood that, but now we do. So every action has a reaction. So if you think being mean and being arrogant and being dismissive and also being uh, a douchebag towards the wife just because you think you won the prize, which they are not, because you stole the husband from the wife and the attention from the wife. It's a hard lesson to learn that how you gain them is how you lose them. And also, if they're treating the wife who has been with them through thick and thin that way, and you think you'll be treated better, welcome to the Lululand. Yeah, I'll just say it like that. That's delusional. Uh, then if you gain, okay, you have won the prize according to yourself. That's not a prize, because sooner or later you the honeymoon phase will fade away, and then reality hits you like a donkey's kick. If you've ever hitten by a donkey, I have. It hit me on my stomach, and I flipped like a pancake in the air like 3 or 4 times, then fell with my head to the ground and ate sand. Thank God I didn't get a concussion. That aside, so reality hits you, and it hits you really bad when you want to build the home. You've won the prize, yes. Now you want to build a home like what he did with the previous wife, and then he obviously reality from the sweet talk to now making a home is something different, because seduction is different from now planning and building. I'll use the analogy of what I do personally. When I meet with clients to make to hear them, they want to build their dream house, and we sit down. I usually insist on having both the husband and the wife, because what the husband wants is not what the wife wants. And I don't know where we miss the point of, they might be one. I think it's Christianity that messed our heads when they say that when two come together become one. They might become one because they're united, or they have a union, but we keep on forgetting that these are two individuals. with two different visionaries and two different dreams. So I usually insist on having both the couple, the husband and the wife, because what the husband is important to for them in the house is something different from what the wife wants. Because for the wife, it's comfortability, and also functionality, and the husband is, I just want to put a roof over my family, and that's it. So it's complicated. So I might say from the actualization to planning is different, because we might talk, you say, yeah, I want 4 bedrooms. A guy might tell me, I just want 4 bedrooms. I'm like, okay, do you want it as a bungalow? Do you want it as a mansionette? Do you want it as a townhouse? Or do you want it as a separate units? 4 bedrooms can happen in one compound with different houses. So you tell me it's 4 bedroom. Then I ask the kick points. Okay, are they en suite or do they share bathrooms? Are they in the same sides, or do you want them separate in east wings and west wing, depending on how you want your mansionette to look like? Then you come to the details, other details. The type of living room, is it sizable? What type of size do you want? Do you want a foyer? Do you, or a mudroom? And people look at you like, then most men, when they meet me personally, they have to go and confer with the wife. So that's why I insist, I want the wife and the husband, so that when we are discussing things, the wife knows, okay, did you remember this, so that I can put it down if it was missed in the planning. I digress. But anyway, so mistresses seducing married men, thinking they will have it all, because oh, he's rich, he's going to buy, he buys me expensive things, takes me to expensive places, to lavish places, and treats me like a queen, until maybe you get pregnant. That ends, because now you are a mother and you have responsibility to look after another human, and also you're not that young and vibrant anymore, and you're not going to be available in the nick of time. Like, I want you now. The baby cries, the baby has colic, the baby is sick, the baby has a doctor's appointment. So your attention will be divided somehow. So the mistress learned it the hard way, even though the first wife insisted, thinking this is the second wife, not knowing there was a second wife who has a child the same age as her daughter. Whew. Yeah, it was a, you need to really watch that program. It really took me in the loop, because actually it's not that it starts like step one, oh, he's young, this, he went to university. No, it will just put you in a loop until you're confused, like, okay, which story is which. Anyway, that aside, then another point I'm going to point out about, let's talk about the boy child, because boy child really needs, according to the polygamist, and actually according to the society, even the arts reflect the society. It's a mirror from the society. So in that, I was so saddened, because this guy, the second wife, had a child with another different man, um, because the father of the son, of the stepson, was not available, and according to the story, he was abusive to the mother, and that's why she left the father of the child and raised the son before entanglement happened, and he was married to this other crazy one. um because of seeing how this stepfather treats the mother, to them they called him the drunkard, but to me he made a lot of sense than the people who are sober, because he was the one who used to tell them this man is not good from the word go, and no one took a strong interest in whatever he said or listened to him, because he was, according to them, he was the black sheep, the one who is just not making sense. But to me, he made more sense than people who are sober, because he kept on asking the mother, why do you allow this man to treat you like this? And the mother will not have any, she will put him off, like, don't talk about that story, don't talk about your father. And he reminds her, like, again and again, that's not my father, that's the man you married. I tell you, children are the ones who are most affected and affected, I think. So him aside, he gets a close relationship with the son now, the official son, and tries to tell him not to be like, because the son, according to the father, is cowardly and meekly, and he wants him to be manly and like him. But when the two so-called stepbrothers, without knowing, um link up, they have this bond of brotherhood, and the drunkard keeps on telling the normal son, don't be like your father, he's not a good man. And I'm like, if the drunkard is the one who makes sense, a lot of times we put off people who are drunk or high on drugs without realizing some of them are trying to numb the feeling of, like, for him, I understood it was about abandonment, rejection, and also the mother used to, because she was not in love with the father, kind of pushed him off to the side. She put her love to the daughter, because the daughter's father was the man she loved. And it's sad, some parents do such things to their kids, even if the father is one. They might change how they relate to the different kids. It's so sad how some parents play favoritism. Hey, words are ending in my mouth. But yeah, play favorites with their children, and it does affect the children's psychology, and how they behave later on in life. So that also was a mirror of how parents should not separate their kids. Every child has different ability. Don't treat them any different. Um, then from that, we also see the son trying to emulate now I'll say the normal son, okay, the son to the first wife, trying to emulate the behavior of the father because of the identity. The father doesn't, keeps on saying that the mother has babied the son. And again, I ask, even if the mother is a stay-at-home mother, you cannot put all responsibility to one parent to uh, raise the kids, because the kids came from both of you. So you cannot put the responsibility solely on one parent, mostly mothers, because a mother cannot teach a man to be a man. They can only teach a man how to behave towards women with respect. But for him being a man of value, of respect, that's a totally different way, because men and women go through different challenges in life. We have traditions in Africa for circumcision, and you cannot tell a woman to go and educate men after circumcision, this is how you're supposed to behave. It's common sense, even though it's not common to everyone, because only men understand the pain and the suffering and the success in life, and how how to maneuver this game or this thing we call life. So that program really did reflect a lot in society. And also we have now the brother who's used as a scapegoat, being told that he has married this woman and he has to stop the life of finding his love story or living his life because the successful brother says so, yet he's the younger brother. It was so weird on that part because that doesn't happen in Africa, but maybe it does. I don't know. So some actions in siblings rivalry, maybe you might feel guilty because the child, your sibling, didn't do well in society or growing up, or maybe you in a according to them they were brought up with an abusive father who was a drunkard, and he felt because he had gone out and joined a gang, or he was affiliated with a gang, he felt that he disappointed the brother or didn't protect him enough. So later on he decided, I'm going to hide all your secrets because I was not there for you when you were young, uh, but I'm going to be there for you, even though the brother doesn't appreciate it because he treats the brother like trash. It's sad. You should watch it. It's interesting and sad at the same time. I cried to some point. Yeah. So that was my review and how it reflects with the society and how I also reflected with it. So for those who haven't watched it yet, it's a good watch. Trust me. And that's all I had for you today. First review. I hope we got to learn something. Until next, I'll not say next Tuesday. I don't know how the week will be. But until next time, see you. And thank you all for those who have joined, subscribed, loved, liked, commented, and shared. Until next time, bye 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 bye.